Well, Tom, I guess it's well talked about. You haven't won 2 games in a row in the same season for about 5 years.
Yep.
Probably never get a better opportunity than tomorrow.
I'm just looking forward to the chance of getting 2 wins. So I haven't done it, and this is my 6th season, so it's been a long time. But we definitely think we've got a real chance to win this weekend. Boys are really confident about the way we've trained this week and addressed some of the problems that held us back last week. I think we weren't playing fantastic footy, especially the middle part of the game, so we needed to improve that, and we were lucky to get away with the win last week.
In review, did you spend more time as a group on that last quarter, or was it more that you sort of got yourselves into a bit of trouble in the first 3 quarters?
No, it was probably we spent more time on the second and third because we thought our first and last were really good. Second and third, I think we only scored 1 goal and a fair few points, so we were pretty disappointed that we couldn't get the ball moving and we were letting them score as well. We were actually happy with how the last quarter played out, and so there wasn't a heap of time reviewing what went wrong there.
Been a bit of a trend last week and in the 3NAB Challenge games, getting yourselves behind early in games. Has that been something you've spoken about?
Yeah, we're just a bit disappointed the way we're starting. Not always the first couple of minutes, but in that middle part of the first quarter where we're not sharp, we're not really on. The one positive to take out of that, though, is we found a way to come back from behind or being pretty much even in every of the last 4 games. So that's somewhat of a positive, but if we're not in that situation, it'd help a little bit. So we'll look at that.
Obviously, it's a different looking Essendon side for the one that beat you last year.
Yeah.
What are you actually expecting from them tomorrow?
Well, I think we've got to actually spend a bit of time on looking at who these individual players are, who guys might not have seen play a lot of AFL football. So to actually find out their tendencies, see what sort of players they are. So guys will be spending time looking at individual tapes of those players. We're trying to find a bit of a pattern of how they like to play over the NAB Cup game and then their first game last week. When it's a group of players put together on short notice, it's hard to find what their tendencies are as a team, so we're trying to figure that out at the moment and looking at how we'll try and take any of their strengths away and really maximise our own.
I guess Joe Danaher's there again and he gave you a bit of trouble last year. You feel like you owe him one?
Oh, maybe. I think the way we're playing defence this year is a bit different, that we're not as... My job's on Joe and Cole Garland's job's on Ambrose. It's not that so much anymore, and we're trying to be as flexible as possible, that Neville Jetta might have to play on Joe for a 3-minute patch and then we roll back over. So probably not as much about an individual battle as it will be how 4 or 5 of the guys who play down back most of the game take on their 4 or 5 who are up forward most of the game.
What makes him a difficult opponent?
Joe's very long. He's got long arms. He's probably 6'7". He has a good jump at the ball. So if you can take away Joe's jump at the footy, it goes a long way to stopping him marking the ball. But for a guy who's so big, he's actually quite good at ground level as well. So he's a good player. He did have a good game against us last year. So if we can limit his influence, then it'd be very handy for us.
I guess it's probably been a while since Melbourne's gone into a game from the outside as the red hot favourite. Is dealing with sort of expectation of winning something a bit new for this group?
Probably, but I don't really care about betting odds or what others think if we're going to win or lose. We've been told we're going to lose for the last 5 years, so we've been used to that feeling. But to us, it's just about, as I said before, how do they play? How do we stop them doing what they want to do? And how do we maximise what we're good at? So that's all we'll think about. I don't care if we're paying $1.10 or $10.10. We attack each opponent the same way, and hopefully that leads to 2 wins in a row.
And Clayton Oliver, is he the sort of, early in the pre-season, was he the sort of player you thought this guy could play pretty early and make an impact?
Yeah, it's hard with the first year guys because they come in, they get drafted, they probably spend 2 months before they even train, so it's hard to tell what sort of players they're like. But as soon as we saw him in our match play stuff, we thought, we've got a bit of a player on our hands here. He doesn't burst away with extreme speed or anything like that, but he just cracks in and makes big tackles, and his hands are unbelievable. He's got really sharp hands in close, which gets us out of trouble. So I think our mixture of midfielders is really good at the moment. So look, he's had a good start. Let's hope he can back it up.
Just finally, Ryan's doing the New York Marathon this year. How do you think his preps are going?
I see him on the bike a lot. I wouldn't mind him actually doing some running, but he looks good on the watt bike, so we'll give him that.
Beautiful.